The tiger's diet and how tigers hunt their prey. The solitary tiger, as a hunter. The tiger is designed more for quick results, not as much for prolonged physical efforts. The tigers use more swiftness than power. The usual tiger hunt is attack by the rear or side, catch, grab, hold, and, at the right time, reach the throat. The tiger is a grabber. He doesn't strike when he hunts. The tiger does not overpower a big prey. Generally, a tiger kills its prey in two different ways. It approaches it from behind and rears off its legs and attacks its neck. Or, it might use lesser-known hamstring technique, where it tears off the hamstring muscles in the prey's hind. The hamstringing technique is effective against large animals such as gaurs or buffaloes, which are heavier than tigers and which, it attacked in the hind, cannot use their legs to run away from the tiger. Many naturalists, including Jim Corbett, have maintained that tigers usually hamstring gaurs or buffaloes. A tigress hamstring a male nilgai 109 to 288 kilograms 240 to 635 pounds for 80 minutes without using once her paws, and waited until the nilgai collapsed. The tiger does not bring down a big prey with brute force like lions do. This is what a brute force is. It is much more difficult for a tiger to take down a big prey by force than it is for a single lion.
Another one.
The tiger does not spring upon his prey. Tiger swiftly clutches the forequarters with their paws, generally over the shoulders, and seizes the throat in their jaws from underneath, or biting the vulnerable region of the animal's tail while clawing its hind legs, or more often, hamstringing and damage the animal's hock with their jaws. The tiger dislocating the deer's hock joint with his jaws. Tigers are not designed to take down big prey. A tiger is lithe in its build. Their flexible spine does not allow them to deliver Herculean leverage to wrestle down big animals to the ground. Bone's robusticity relates to strength, and that the more robust the bone, the more force the muscle can pull on that bone without damaging it. Unfortunately, tigers does not have the same robusticity compared to a lion. Have you ever wondered why circus trainers only use lions instead of tigers in this kind of jump? Of course, tigers aren't capable of withstanding great stress on its back. If you somehow don't know yet, it's simply only an illusion that this tiger wrestled down this buffalo. Now, to prove all this, we'll be taking to look at what actually took place. Here's where things gets easily misinterpreted. Notice the tiger was already on its back. It's illogical to assume this tiger pulled down the buffalo while lying on its back. They even struggle against cattle while standing up. Notice their feet. This proves that it was about to collide. It would be illogical to think that this buffalo didn't make contact to the victim. So the reason why the victim was down was due to the other buffalo in a panic mode, that it hit its ally instead of the tiger. Now we have that out of the way. I'm going to provide more videos that they can't take down big preys with brute force. Here's the video that proves a tiger even struggles to a cattle. Here's the other video. This is not only a pattern or a coincidence, this is in fact backed up by experts. Tigers are side and rear attackers, while lions can attack at all angles, making them a much greater risk takers. Because of the gaur's dewlap and thick neck, taking it by the throat and asphyxiating it is very difficult, as is overpowering it by leaping onto its heavy muscled back. So a tiger will attack on the ground from the rear and bite through a gaur's hock to hamstring it. As described by Rakesh Shukla, research officer at the Kanha Tiger Reserve. The bovine is very shy in the wild. It is occasionally preyed upon by tigers, the young being the most likely target, but a tiger will generally avoid an adult gaur. Young gaurs are occasionally killed, but the full-grown animal is more than a match for most tigers. If a tiger managed to reach quickly of a gaur's throat, he will normally not try to pull it down by force. He will maintain his bite until the gaur collapses. Often represented by many as a perfect example of the tiger's strength, it is in fact an illusion. Here's the truth to this case. The tiger had his paw around the female gaur's neck, and for a very short moment tried to bring it down by force, with no success. What this tiger did was a demonstration of agility, not brute force. The tiger only maintained his throat bite until the female gaur collapsed. How a tiger kills an animal bigger than himself. Successive attacks may injure a big animal like a gaur to a point of getting blood poisoning, which is a death sentence. This tiger or the next tiger around would find a considerably weak animal. The tiger may attack the hind leg until the gaur falls down or stumbled upon the dead animal. This gaur is still capable of using his horns. These tigers did not use its usual throat bite, as it was safer to eat the gaur alive. Remember, the tiger is no risk taker like the lion. The undetected Bengal tiger went right behind a big, full-grown gaur bull in perfect position to make a surprise attack. The tiger looked at the rear of the big gaur and saw no signs of weakness, no traces of blood. He never made any attempt. When the gaur turned to face him, the tiger retreated. This video title is Tiger Attack Indian Bison. These sort of titles to overrate the tigers are frequent on the internet. George B. Schaller saw the same thing from a tigress. On small and middle-sized animal, tigers uses their weight as well. Again, the tiger bites the deer's hock joint. Once the deer's leg is weakened, they grab and use their own weight on small animals to bring them down, then swiftly goes for the nape or the throat. The tiger's diet. Average weights of principal prey killed by tiger, leopard, and dhole were, respectively, 91.5 kilogram, 202 pounds, 37.6 kilogram, and 43.4 kilogram. Tiger predation was biased toward adult males, charal or axis deer, somber and wild pigs, and toward young gaur. Other studies. Statistics from the Buxa Tiger Reserve. Average size of prey items killed by tigers is 66 kilograms or 146 pounds. Other studies. Tiger frequently occurrence. In no population did animals of over 200 kilograms, the approximate mass of the tiger, make up more than around 20% of the total. The optimum prey sizes for several large carnivores. For tigers, the ratio was reported to be 1:1. This means, unless of special circumstances, tiger kills greater than his own weight are rare. Feline solitary hunter, January 2016 study. Solitary predator to prey body mass ratio. The snow leopard has the greatest score with 1.2. Next the tiger 1, the leopard 0.8 and the jaguar 0.5. My Year with Tigers, by George B. Schaller, Life, June 25, 1965. Tigers are of a shy and retiring nature, tend to stay in cover. I estimate that for every wild prey killed, the tiger makes 20 to 30 unsuccessful attempts. By carefully checking the age of 200 remains of deer killed by tigers, I found out that many were either young or old. Proportionally few were in the prime of life. In the case of the gaur 1,500 pounds, tigers prey mostly on the calves, taking as many as half of the young born in any 1 year. But once the gaurs are grown, tigers tackle them only infrequently, showing great respect for the sweep of their horns. There are records of gaur and buffalo goring tigers, and of wild boars disemboweling them with their tusks. Tigers may go hungry for several days. Sometimes they are reduced to eating langur monkeys, frogs, bird eggs, crabs, even berries. Any meat, including carrion, no matter how decomposed, will do. Domestic cattle and domestic buffalo are the most important items in the tiger's diet. Livestock is easy to kill. The tigers killed described in the article, judging by the size of its horns, is either a juvenile or subadult, domestic or a wild, water buffalo. The number of days spent beside a kill depends on the size of the victim. An axis deer weighing 125 pounds may last 2 to 3 days, 300-pound swamp deer 5 or 6 days, before the last rotting scrap has been devoured. Until the age of 1 year, the cubs seem to have no actual experience in hunting big game.
Of all the cats, you might expect the largest, the tiger, to bring down the biggest prey, but in fact they don't. Tigers very often feed on things that are much smaller than themselves. But there is one big cat for whom size is no object. One cat that stalks, chases, kills and feasts like no other. The lion. And once again, it's not all about brawn. This time, it's about tactics. Despite being smaller than the tiger, the lion is the cat that takes down by far the biggest prey. Like Cape buffalo.
The tiger's success rate is 5%, according to BBC Wildlife magazine, while a lone lion hunting in daylight is 17 to 19%. The tiger hunting success rate do not demonstrate he is a perfect killing machine. Although his agility is impressive, the Bengal tiger lives under optimum conditions, with its 3 necessities of life: food, water, and cover, and yet has only 5% hunting success rate, with its lowest success rate among the apex predators. What justifies the tiger as the perfect killing machine that we often read? As a man-eater, humans are weak and are attacked by surprise by the back or side. Usually, tigers would only hunt what is safe. He rarely takes risks. When he faces opposition, or only suspect one, he often retreats. It's quite odd to say tigers are formidable killing machines with only 1 in 20 hunting attempts is successful. According to this Indian media, a tiger's successful elephant calf kill happens rarely, a first of its kind. Tigers are known to avoid frontal attacks even on humans. There's a reason why Indian people wore masks behind their heads. Mel Sundquist, in his 2017 book, still considered the mask behind the head the most significant reduction in human deaths. After 30 years, the mask continues to contribute to saving human lives from tiger rear attacks. Workers in the Sundarbans wear face masks on the back of their heads to fool tigers. It is widely believed that tigers attack people from behind. According to Arfkumo Harley Buffer, Sandoz Thite, a mask of human face worn on the back of the head fools the predator into thinking that it is being an observer. According to the tiger expert Mel Sundquist, tigers normally attack prey from behind rather than face to face. Animal science, a tiger will normally attack from behind and is less likely to attack a person that appears to be facing it. Traitorous and cowardice nature of tigers. Tiger fans may get upset, but it's the truth. They think calling a tiger a coward is an insult, but it's in fact an animal trait. Here's the definition of the word coward. Coward is a trait where an excessive fear prevents an individual from taking a risk or facing danger. We have the term paper tiger for a reason. Valmik Thapar, born 1952, is an Indian naturalist, conservationist, and writer who studied tigers. Valmik Thapar, Indian naturalist, for I have already observed that the tiger is of all beasts of prey the most cowardly. In the book of the Museum of Foreign Literature and Science, tigers are naturally cowardly. In the book The Parlor Menagerie, the tiger is a very cowardly animal and seldom makes an open attack. In the book of Popular Natural History, the tiger is a very cowardly animal, but extremely savage and dangerous when aroused or wounded. See what the experts did. Even though they called tigers as cowards, they still acknowledge that tigers are still dangerous. No hate, just zoological facts. It is by no surprise why tigers have a worldwide reputation of being a cowardly predator. Here's the source that said tigers have a worldwide reputation of being a coward and treacherous. Despite living in an environment where typical cat ambush is a perk to predators. And yet, the tiger's hunting success rate is 5%. Not to mention that tigers mostly target animals smaller than their own size. The tiger's cowardly temperament is a big hindrance towards their hunting ability.
These were the same lions, like I said, the Romans would throw in the Colosseums. And these are the lions all the big game hunters would hunt. lion's generally more aggressive than tiger. I wouldn't use the word aggression, attitude. They've got more of an attitude. Like a tiger's more timid. Tiger will run away from a fight, where a lion will just fight, bring it on. He's fine.
From the book Asia, tigers are not brave animals, and with the exception of those who have tasted human flesh, they will run from man rather than face him. As the experts describe, there may be exceptions, but tigers on a species level are cowardly.